So thank you for joining with us. I want to start regarding the reports. There are reports going on that former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, and other Awami League leaders will be returning to Bangladesh. Can you confirm this report and how much truth is in it, and when is this return happening?
Thank you for connecting. So, first of all, we have to understand the context of this report. Majority of our leaders are inside the country. More than 140 MPs are in jail. Our local government chairmen, municipality mayors are all in jail. Only a very few handful were able to leave the country and seek shelter and asylum in different countries. So, of course, our objective is to, first of all, ensure those who are in prison without any trial will be freed and given bail, and the ban that has been imposed on us, the fact that we are a prohibited political party, a proscribed organization, that will be lifted. And with this context, our leader, former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, has declared that she expects our institutions, our judiciary, our police force, military force, the border guard force, which are now currently being used against us by this current government and the recent past Yunus government. She expects that they will act in accordance with law. And with this view, she has expressed that all of us would like to surrender, would like to go back, and those of us who are in jail for last 2 years without any trial should be freed to take part in regular political and social activities.
Sir, you have confirmed that Sheikh Hasina will be returning. Can you confirm how many Awami League leaders will be accompanying her, and why now, sir? Can you tell us why this time has been chosen, sir?
Well, for us, the challenge was that a regular political government should be in place, which has happened now. And we, of course, realize that our presence will trigger a large-scale political upheaval movement, or whatever you call it, in order to bring back the values that are being destroyed by this government, the values of 1971, secular liberal political ecosystem, and so on and so forth, and regulation and control of extremism and overwhelming influence from Pakistani intelligence agencies and their militant organizations. So there is going to be a backlash. So we wanted to, as a matter of our strategy and also thinking about the country's stability and political peace and stability, we were waiting for a time, right? So now that this political government has taken over, the expectation of the people was that they will take the right decisions, neutral decisions, and let the rule of law take its own course. Since that is not happening, and we obviously have a limit to how much we can contain our activists back in Bangladesh, and there is a demand from them that enough is enough. And the manner in which Pakistan is now infiltrating all our institutions, the extremist elements which are being exported from that particular country into Bangladesh, in fact, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, and the ISI, the Inter Services Intelligence Agency of Pakistan, has openly declared that they want to turn Bangladesh into another, in their view, a heaven for those who are aligned with their extreme religious views, right? So if we leave it too late, things just get worse for everyone involved, not just for Awami League activists, but for the country, for the region. So, given that there is an extreme rise of the extremists, the extreme religious elements into the institute, and they're infiltrating across all the institutions of the state, we have to act now. Enough is enough. That is our position.
Sir, as we know, the country's war crimes court sentenced Sheikh Hasina in November to death in the absence for ordering a deadly crackdown on student-led uprising. Are you expecting any kind of reprisal when you go back to country? When you return, do you think there will be an immediate arrest? What sort of situation are you expecting when you go back to country, sir?
Well, we've kept our mind open. Whatever happens, we'll have to face it. We have been facing it for the last 2 years almost. More than 700 of our activists have been killed. A lot of ethnic and religious minorities have been attacked, killed, and tortured. The situation in the country is extremely volatile. So we are expecting that there will definitely be a backlash because the extremists already are highly weaponized. To your audience, I would like to also say here that the police forces of Bangladesh the entire force is extremely demoralized. Most of their weapons were looted. Only around 80% of their weapons were recovered. So more than 20,000 automatic weapons belonging to the police force are in the hands of extremist groups, and expect us to lodge a movement against this government and them. So there will be backlash, and we are preparing for that. But in this fight, a side has to be chosen. We will be aiming for a peaceful settlement until the last moment. We will be expecting the government to behave in a politically correct, just, and fair manner. That is our expectation. But that expectation will have to be, we have to see whether that expectation will be met, whether the government will act duly, and whether Bangladesh will head for another chaos or a greater political stability involving all the political stakeholders and economic and social stakeholders inside the country.
Sir, are you in contact with the current government? Was there any sort of communication with them? Have you told them that you are returning, and no such action that could destroy the peace of country should take place, sir?
Well, communication can be done in many ways. This is something that I cannot disclose here, but when you're talking about the government, which part of the government, that is the question. Is it the political branch of the government which is now heading the administration? Is it the judicial part of the government, or is it the security forces part of the government? So there are many elements within the government, and based on our political strategy, we will be in touch with the elements which may have an impact in our future return into politics. So, overall, I cannot say that we are not in touch, because publicly we are making statements, we are communicating. So public communication is always there, and it is obviously reaching out to them through social media, through the regulated licensed media, public media. So we are in communication in public. So there's no way to think that we are not communicating with the administration overall. But whether it is a party to government negotiation or communication, that is something that I am not, of course, privy to. So I cannot comment on that.
And so, what is the long-term strategy of Awami League here? Are you planning to contest election in coming years? Are you planning to gather the support of the workers who are scared because of the actions taken place against them. What is the long-term strategy of it?
See, I mean, strategy or objective of any political party is to fight for the political rights of the people. And as an organization, they fight and act for the people. The feedback that we are getting across the country is that the previous administration has failed, of course, and therefore they had to go for a political settlement. And in that political settlement, an election was held without us, despite our willingness to take part in the election, but they wanted to exclude us in every possible way because they know if they give a chance to Awami League, people will overwhelmingly bring the party back into power. So if they were so confident that we are not liked by the people, why didn't they allow us to take part in the election? So they know that Awami League holds more than 50% of the electorate's vote. And given that the previous administration and the current administration have failed and are continuously failing, we are confident that more than 70% of the people will vote for Awami League in any fair and inclusive election in the future. So, of course, our objective is to take part in an election, but elections are not the only thing for political parties to work on. Our focus is that Bangladesh is now being turned into a vessel state of global superpowers, where the country will be now used as a regional troublemaker to export weaponized groups, rebels, extremists around the region, in the region, and to be part of the geopolitical game in the region and globally. So this is something that our people do not want. We want peace and stability and development in our country, and therefore we will thrive for that. We do not want any Western, Eastern, or any even regional country to set up military bases in our country. We do not want to be another Pakistan which serves the masters abroad at the expense of its own people. We were doing very well economically speaking, socially speaking. It was a stable country, and we curbed militancy in a huge way. And for that, Sheikh Hasina was applauded across the world. And now we see the rise of extremism. Now we see a massive economic decline. So we need to address these issues. Our people do not want to be pawns in global geopolitical games. As Pakistan, having seen Pakistan, how they're acting out in their country. So we do not want to be another Pakistan. We want to remain as Bangladesh, and we want to progress as Bengali people within the country with our secular liberal political philosophy that we have held for so long.
So my last question would be about what is your expectations from India right now, as Sheikh Hasina and several Awami League leaders would return to Bangladesh. What are you expecting from India, sir?
You see, India and other neighboring countries of Bangladesh have to think of regional stability, because if Bangladesh turns into a militancy heaven, if Bangladesh is the home of 170 million people, and there is a huge diaspora across the world, Bangladesh cannot be turned into another Syria, Libya, or Afghanistan. If it does turn into one, it poses a global challenge more than any country in the planet. Because if you look at the size of Afghanistan's population and the diaspora that they have abroad, even if the whole country turns into an extremist country, but the impact of the diaspora is very small. Including even with Syria or Libya, they're they're a country with a small population, but we have 170 million people. If the country turns into another vessel state of militancy, it poses threat for India, for China, for Myanmar, for America, for Australia, for the entire world, because we have presence all over the world. We cannot be a mother country of terrorism, of extremism. And therefore, India, along with other neighbors of Bangladesh, must pay attention to what is happening in Bangladesh. It cannot turn a blind eye into this country becoming a militancy heaven. So we believe that from India's national security point of view, including our other neighbors' national security point of view, they have to get a consensus across the world that Bangladesh is not just a small country; it is the seventh biggest population in the world, and we cannot turn this country into an extremist heaven. And therefore, we all must act across the world in order to keep the secular liberal political forces alive in the country. Otherwise, serious instability will happen in the region and across the world.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us on short notice, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.